This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.
Nigeria and some 35 other countries across the world could face an entry ban into the United States unless they meet the new series of travel requirements. The proposed ban is predicated on a number of factors relating to issues in the home countries that are being targeted, including widespread government fraud, the highest number of visa overstays, and in some cases a lack of reliable identity or civil documentation. Joining us on the conversation this morning to discuss Nigeria's diplomatic options should this ban be enforced is Collins Nweke, an international affairs commentator. Mr. Nweke, good morning. Thank you for joining us on the conversation.
My pleasure to be with you, Stephen. Thank you for having me.
Can I get your reactions, first of all, to the news that Nigerians could face an entry ban into the United States?
The functional word there, Stephen, is could. I underline could because this news broke as a result of a leaked memo from the office of the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. And so it has not been confirmed. And if indeed the leaked memo is proven to be accurate, it still has to, get the authority of the President of the United States. Now, we do know, however, that there is no smoke without fire. That said, the point is that the leak is in line with what we have seen President Trump do in his first term and now in his second comment. I know there have been here and there some calls for retaliation, reciprocal action. Well, I mean, that reinforces Nigeria's sovereignty. Nigeria clearly, by doing that, would send a strong message that it cannot be bullied, not by the United States, not by anyone else. But we also have to consider the possible repercussion of, a reciprocal action. I do believe that a smart strategy lies in principled diplomacy, strategic recalibration, and the narrative control, in this instance, using Nigerian diaspora because there are Nigerians that hold both citizenship. So Nigeria has to be measured and objective in its approach in all of this, taking Nigeria's national interests into consideration.
You are right in talking about the fact that this is a memo that was leaked from Marco Rubio's office, as well as the fact that it hasn't been approved by U.S. President Donald Trump. But to lean on what you have just said regarding Trump's position on immigration, it has toughened in his second term, slightly different, more so than it was in his first term. Do you get the sense that this could really just be, as you have said, the smoke before the fire comes out? Is there any truth or any weight to this particular memo?
The leak, the memo, and the claims are not far-fetched. I mean, let us be objective for a second and consider part of the reasons advanced. Number one, visa overstay. This is a fact that everyone knows about. Number two, actually the authenticity of documents supplied by Nigerian applicants. I do not know that anyone will pretend that all the documents we fly about are authentic. But let us not forget as well, Stephen, that over the years, the Nigerian government has taken very, very drastic steps to sanitize the situation. Nigeria, for crying out loud, as we speak, has biometric visa regime. So which means that unlike in the past, where people could hold more than one passport, that has actually been sanitized and brought to international standard. Should that be ignored? It shouldn't be ignored. And so it doesn't make any sense focusing on only the negatives, forgetting all the improvements and the efforts, genuine efforts that the Nigerian government has made and continue to make to sanitize the situation. I think what has to happen here is Nigeria should be encouraged to do more And you don't encourage a country by such a ban. It is obnoxious and has to be called out.
Mr. Nweke, finally, as we wrap this conversation, we're looking at 36 countries that could face this ban. But an interesting number is the fact that 25 of the countries in question are in Africa, including Nigeria. What does that tell you regarding the view of the U.S. when it comes to the geopolitical situation? Is Africa getting undue heat from the United States?
The United States doesn't hold Africa very high on its agenda. The United States actually is one-sided in its policy towards Africa, because there is this narrative that is being created that Africa is that continent, going around with the begging bowl, looking for crumbs, to pick up here and there. Then nothing could be further than the truth than that, because Africa is the future, and everyone is seeing that and is closing up to Africa. So at the end of the day, Stephen, United States is actually doing itself a whole lot of wrong by the position it is taking on Africa in terms of looking down on Africa and taking formulating policies that are inimical to development and progress in Africa, whereas other countries are actually taking steps to solidify their position with Africa. So Donald Trump might actually be doing a very, very serious damage, to the United States of America in its relations with Africa, that might be very difficult, maybe even impossible to undo after he has left office, a few years from now.
Mr. Nweke, thank you very much for your time and expertise on this conversation. Collins Nweke is an international affairs analyst who joined us this morning to speak on the proposed, a leaked memo from the office of Marco Rubio, who is the United States Secretary of State, that proposes a ban on some 25 African countries, including Nigeria, that will prevent travelers from entry into the United States.
This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.